Hey, everyone. I am back. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. For those of you who are brand new to Mental Health Moment, welcome. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. We share with each other where you're tuning in from in the chat. As for myself, I reside in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. And normally I'm not doing mental health moment in the car. Actually, I haven't done that in a while, you all. So, oh man, there were times, you all, where I, yes, have done a mental health moment in the airport, hotels, like parking lots, like I'm now in a parking lot, all sorts of places to try to be live with you all. Or again, once in a while, I have to do a pre-recorded with you all, but I hope you all are doing well. If you are brand new to Mental Health Moment is all about how do you work on becoming the best version of who you are so you can show up powerfully for yourself and for the people around you. So we talk a lot about strategies, different wellness things that you can try, different things that you can do in your life, things for you to be thinking about and reflecting on, because at the end of the day, hopefully, we're all working on being better humans, again, for ourselves and for the people around us. So a couple quick announcements here for you all. So I know I had mentioned July. So I did find out, I know I told you guys save the day in July for Phoenix. So sorry, Phoenix people. That day in July, it'll actually be a private event. So won't be able to give out that information. But in August 23rd, you can save the date if you're in the Tampa Bay area. I will be speaking at an event. I will get you all the information as soon as I can to register. But it is an event, an awesome event for middle school students for their social and emotional development. And also there'll be some information as well for the parents that I will be discussing with you all of how to raise amazing, emotionally healthy children and teens and preteens. So that's Saturday, August 23rd in the Tampa Bay area. And again, I'll get you all that information as soon as I have it as far as registration. The other event coming up here, Friday, October 24th, is my annual event, the Growth Mindset and Self-Care. Good old live, good old pre-recorded call coming through. Anyhow, so Friday, October 24th, is my annual Growth Mindset and Self-Care Summit. This year, it will be my first year live, so I'm super excited to meet some of you all in person. It will be in the Atlanta area. If you go to mindsettrainingsummit.com, again, it's mindsettrainingsummit.com. You can register. The link is up. The tickets are available to register. There is an early bird special happening right now for the next couple months, so be sure to grab your tickets early. If you need to do that, there's two options. It's all on the website, but if you need to do the deposit option only for now, it's all good. We'll send you an invoice for the balance later. That's another option. I'm super excited about that. Like I said, it's an all-day event in Atlanta, and I'm just really looking forward to be hosting this year in Atlanta. I feel like there was another announcement. Oh, and my last announcement for you all, and then we're going to get to the mental health moment tips. Just as a reminder, I share this with you all before a mental health moment, but I'm super excited, you all. I'm only a couple days away, which is crazy. So to go to Bali, Indonesia, as I mentioned before, and start a documentary. Super excited about that. If you want to follow along some of the behind the scenes journey, if you will, I will be posting on my Instagram page, which is right here on the screen, Dr. Nekeshia Hammond. In the stories, I'll be posting some behind the scenes moments of course out there. So just wanted to share that with you all. If you want to be a part of the journey, I know some of you all said you did want to, and super excited. Of course, when this all comes together, I will be sharing all this with you all and how you can access the documentary and all that sort of thing. So those are my announcements. Again, thank you for those who are starting to join here. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. If you're brand new, again, mental health moment is all about how do you work on becoming the best version of who you are so you can show up powerfully for yourself and for the people around you. So one of the things I wanted to share on today's mental health moment, there's just certain certain times where the world just feels a little bit heavy sometimes, and I recognize that, and I understand for many of you, thank you, by the way, who tune in like every week. I see your names, and that sort of thing. And you're just trying to do your best, as we all are, to work on bettering yourself. I really wanted to remind you on today's mental health moment that I know this is a hard thing to maybe understand sometimes, but your external world does not always have to be the same as your internal world. Okay. And what I mean by that is sometimes we have a lot of things going on externally around us, whether that's things that's happening in the world, conflicts that's happening in the world, if it's something that's happening in our friend's life, our family member's life, our work life, our children, grandchildren's life, whomever, like it, right? That's our external world. There can be a lot of chaos, frankly, that's happening there. But I want you to know and understand that your internal world, right? Your inner thoughts, your well-being, your sense of peace, you can work on that not reflecting the chaos that may be happening right now around you, right? And how you do that, we talk a lot about this on Mental Health Moment, but how you do that, one of the ways to do that is you work on your resiliency. You work on your inner strength. You make a commitment to understand that, whether it's through the affirmations, which we talked about recently, whether it's through making sure you make a commitment to having that inner peace, whether you make a commitment to, what I always preach to you all, taking the 60 seconds, the 1 minute a day for yourself, right? Those are the steps. Sometimes it's baby steps, sometimes it's leaps. It just really depends on where you're at in your wellness journey. But again, I really want to emphasize today that your external world does not have to be the same as your internal world. Okay. The fact of the matter is, when you really work on your resilient mindset, and when you really start to understand that you can have peace of mind, even though there's chaos, for lack of a better word, or stress, anxiety, like all these things happening around you. Now, I don't, I also want to be careful and just remind you all that I'm not saying to live in a state of denial. That's a whole nother type of coping mechanism, right? It's not saying that you're not recognizing that there are things that happen around you that you should be aware of, right? There are things that are happening around you that are stressful. Those are real things. However, it's understanding that you can still make a commitment and say to yourself, you know what, even though these things, whatever it is for you right now, is going on in your life, you will make the choice sometimes to say, okay, I'm going to work on my peace of mind. I'm going to work on how am I coping with this? Because let me share with you something. Okay. The fact of the matter is that there, like, what's always so amazing to me as a psychologist in our mindset is that two people, you guys know this is true, right? Two people can have the same exact experience of the same chaos, the same trauma, the same conflict, or whatever it is you want to call it, right? And have two totally different perspectives, right? And you may know people like that, or maybe you're like that, right? Where you say, you are the one, or someone that just stays calm under pressure and just works on their inner peace and works on how they're managing their stress and taking the time for them, right? Versus the person who is stressed out, who is burnt out, who is about to pull their hair out, who can't take it anymore, right? And I do want to say too, big, huge asterisk on this. This is not, wherever you're at in your mental health journey or your wellness journey, this is not from a place of judgment though. Okay. You have to assess for you, like, where am I at in this journey? Am I like stressed out, frazzled out? It's normal to be stressed out, of course. But is that who you are all the time? Or are you the person that's working on how are you managing the stress? How are you being resilient? How are you strengthening your mindset? Right. So again, this is not from a place of judgment, you all, wherever you're at. I mean, the fact of the matter is, like step one, as I always say to you all is awareness. So if you're at the point where you're like, oh my God, I now recognize that I'm really burnt out, or I'm really stressed out, or I need to make some changes, I need to have better positive habits. Yay. Right? Yay. That's right. Step one is awareness. And then you start to put the action steps into place. If you miss a week, you can go to Dr. Nekeshia Hammond YouTube page. You can get all the previous the previous mental health moment episodes. Okay, so they're all on there. I have the most amazing team. Thank you, team. Who, the past, I don't even know, like couple years or so, we're doing thumbnails, like all these things, just so you know, like, hey, here's maybe there's just something that's weighing on your heart. Here's a particular episode. Here's some tips, like, okay, this is what I need to work on. This is interesting. Like, scroll through, like, but get the information that you need, right? And don't just listen to this information, but I hope that you take the steps, right? That you recognize, again, where are you at in this journey? Again, a lot happening in the world. Where are you at in this mental health and wellness journey of yours? If you're in a great place, awesome. There's always room for improvement. If you're in a place where you're like, man, really need some help, I really need, right? Like, then you say, okay, what are the next steps for you, right? And that might mean bringing in someone. I'm a huge advocate, you all. If whether it's a mental health professional that you need, a therapist, whether you need a coach, whether you need a mentor, whether you need a friend, a family member, or whomever in your life that can help you through, like, that is okay. You don't have to do this journey alone, right? I would be extremely hypocritical if I told you all, like, just do it on your own, like, learn some of these tips, do it on your own. You don't have to. Maybe if you're able to, but a lot of times we get a little stuck on our journey, and that's okay. Sometimes you need clarity, that's okay. Sometimes you need a little extra push, that's okay, right? And I've been, like, extremely grateful, especially the last couple years, to have amazing mentors and amazing coaches, like, just incredible human beings, right? So I am very grateful to have that in my life, and that's why I also share with you personally, like, it's okay to have that, right? No matter where you're at, if you feel like I'm so strong, I could do this, or if you're like, you know what, I'm breaking down right now, like, either, like, whatever end of the spectrum you're on, you can still benefit, right, from having someone to help you through this journey. Like, that's okay. It's allowed. Today, I did have a conflict that popped up that I'm actually heading to right now. So I'm like, you know what, though? I'm still going to be here for you guys. So I'm doing pre-recorded today. I love that you all, even in the comments, you support one another. You communicate with one another. This is what it's about, right? About community. Like, what is someone else doing, like, for your mental health and wellness? How are you getting better? What are you grateful for? I always see those, type of messages in the comments, which are amazing. So you can read those types of things too. Where's somebody from? Like, you can read those types of things in the comments as well as a community, and hopefully be inspired by other people, or see something positive, or see something great that is happening to people, right? There's great things too. I don't want to be like, oh, the world is in gloom and doom. There's a lot happening, frankly, in the world. However, there's also a lot of good that's happening as well, that sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of times, we don't see on the news, we don't see on social media. So I also want you to remember that. But I am going to wrap up here so I can head to where I'm headed to today. But again, I want you all to really take the time to assess for you where you're at. I mean, we talk a lot about, like, the check-ins, extremely important. How are you doing? Asking yourself that. The 3 questions: 1, how am I doing? The second thing is to remember to ask yourself, what do you need, right? What do I need emotionally, physically, spiritually, emotionally? What is it that you need right now? And then the third question to remember to ask yourself is, what step do I need to take today to move forward and improve my life, right? And that could mean, like, I need to take a minute, do that, right? Sometimes it's very simple. Or maybe, like, I need to take a break, right? I need to take more than a minute for myself, right? Maybe you're telling yourself that I need to take an hour, I need to take a mental health day. Like, wherever you're at is all good, but it's important that you're checking in with yourself and taking those said steps, right, towards making yourself better. So be well, have an amazing week. And I will be back. If you need me before next Tuesday, you can always reach out, drnekeshiahammond.com. If you have any questions also about the Growth Mindset and Self-Care Summit, you can always DM me if you have any questions. Again, mindsettrainingsummit.com is where the tickets are available. They will sell out. So make sure you get, while it's on the early bird special, make sure you get your tickets. And that will be again in Atlanta, October 24th. So I will see you all again next week. Be blessed. Have an amazing week and take good care of yourself.